and welcome to the Kitchen Knitter in her sewing room. I'm Suzanne, the Kitchen Knitter, and this is my space on YouTube where I show you what I've been stitching. There's a little bit of cross stitch, embroidery, and just general sewing really. I'll show you the cross stitch first. There's not been a massive amount of progress, but I think there has been some since I last showed you these things. So I think I'm looking in the wrong place. Am I looking? I don't know. Anyway, the first one I'll show you, which I think I've made a little bit more progress on since I showed you last, is this one, and it is Elizabeth's Four Dogs, a pattern by chart by the Scarlet House, and it's a little bowl fillery. I think it's a bit bigger, too big to be a pin cushion, but I think so, bowl filler. And these are the threads. They're all I'm using the call for threads, and they're all from Classic Colourworks. Am I saying that right? Yes. And those are the colours. Okay, let's do it properly. Those are the colours. Beautiful. And this is my progress. I think the last time I showed you, I hadn't done these things at the bottom and the crown and the little diddly bits there. Had a couple of goes at doing the dog. My counting was off. I don't know if anybody would have noticed, but I noticed it. So that's how much I've done so far, and I'm using all the call for threads, Classic Colourworks, and it is on Sleeping Bear by Needle and Flax, which is the call for linen, except I'm doing this on, I can't remember, and I've lost the little tag, but I think this is 36 count. Sleeping Bear. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful sort of pinky beige. I normally have no problem with lighting in here, in this room, because it's very bright. I'm near the window, but it's gone very dull this afternoon, and so I've even put a light on. I think that's more for atmosphere than anything. It's not shining a light. So I've shown you the colours, shown you the chart, and it's in a bag, a project bag I made myself. I think I've shown you this one. And this is French General. Now the trouble with this is I've sewn it, the zip too near the material here, and it catches a little bit. But it's this is French General, Joie de Vivre, and it's lovely, beautiful. So that's the progress on that one. I don't think I've really got that, in the old great scheme of things, I don't think I've that much left to do really. I just need to crack on. And the next one I'll show you is, again, I've been focusing a little bit on this one rather than on the others. I think I've made quite a bit of progress on this one since I showed you. I think I'd just done the ear last time. So it's this, which is, well, I don't think it needs any introduction really. It's a Stacy Nash chart pattern, and this is bobbin, and you can do a little pin cushion as well. I'm going to have to get one of these, I think, to display it on. I think that looks lovely. I did have one, but I don't know where it's gone. I think we've recently moved house. I've told you that, but I've mislaid quite a few things. So anyway, it's still in the hoop, which is not good, but that's how much I've done. And it's lovely. I'm obviously doing it from the top down, and as I'm stitching, and I'm doing this little bit, and then I'm filling in here, and I'm doing this little bit, and the character comes to life. It's lovely. It's very sweet. And again, I don't think I've got that much. Where am I? I'm sort of here. So I've just got this bit to do, and this bit, and then the needle. So I'm not, in the great scheme of things, I'm not that far off that one either. Just get my act together a little bit. So again, I'm using all the call for threads, Weeks Dye Works threads. Gorgeous, gorgeous colours. And the call for linen was needle bling linen, and this is suede. So I don't think I've got too far to go on that one either, but I must remember to take them out of the, although to be fair, I was stitching on this yesterday afternoon, so it's not been in there for too long. I'll take it out and I'll sort that out later. So that's two. I mean, you've seen this, but I made this bag myself, but I've shown you this before. This is an Acufactum fabric, Gaillard geese, gorgeous, beautiful. And I just did the polka dot lining, but I used a very thick interfacing. It was all I had at the time, and I think it's a bit too. Actually, it's quite nice, but it's the other ones are a bit floppy. This is quite nice, but I think it's a bit too thick. But it was all I had at the time. And the other thing I have been focusing on, but not so intently, is and I joined a stitch along for this, and I mean I set myself up to fail with these things. So it's this, which is another Stacy Nash design, and it is the Biscono and Scissor Fob. Bees and Birds sewing rule, and that's it there. Gorgeous. And there's the Scissor Fob, and that's the Biscono. At the moment I'm just concentrating on this. I've kind of got this top bit done and a little bit down the side. I haven't done an awful lot. People on Facebook, it's a stitch along called Across the Pond, and I did sign up to the Facebook page. I don't do Facebook. That's the thing. It's not. I don't look at it habitually. And everyone's sort of down here somewhere. And I mean, I thought originally that this was, you do this in a week, and that so it was like a month, but it's not. It's 4 months. This is a month, and I think it finishes at the end of April. I mean, I have got time to catch up, but realistically, I don't think so. But it's gorgeous, and I'm using all the called for yarn. I've got it in a rather large hoop. And that is as much as I've done. See, this is what I'm doing at the moment, going along there. This is gorgeous. Weeks Dye Works Dolphin. It's beautiful. And these are all the colours on the fast drop. Those are all the colours. Gorgeous. They're all Weeks Dye Works. Beautiful. And yeah. Oh, and the call for linen was, I think it's another needle bling one. Just when get it out. Yes, Weeks Dye Works linen in beige. So that's as much as I've done, but it's so pretty, all the greens and pinks. But this is gorgeous. This is Dolphin. It's beautiful. And which is the side that I pulled this. Yeah, I pulled this side out. I unpicked this side because it wasn't the same as this side, and all I'd done was I'd missed a stitch here, but it threw it out completely, and I think perhaps because it's in the hoop, but I mean, does that look equal? I think so. I'm going with it anyway. But yeah, that's as much as I've done of that. But like I say, it finishes at the end of April, so I have got time to catch up. So it is residing in this beautiful bag that I bought when I went to the Stitchery retreat last July, Christmas in July, and I believe Sarah and Nikki's mum makes these, and this is Acufactum fabric as well. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So those are the 3 cross stitch that I've been focusing on. There are a couple of others, but I haven't done anything on. I haven't done anything on the pin drum, and I think there's another one, and I can't remember what that one is, but I haven't. Yeah, this is the pin drum. I don't think I'll show it. That's the pin drum there, Anne Harper pin drum, and that's what it looks like flat. And then you get a little chart to do these. It's lovely. I've sort of been concentrating on this side. I'll show you what I've done, but oh, now this one's not in a hoop and it's been ironed. I did try and do this podcast yesterday, but we live on a new build, and they're now starting to sort out the roads and the pavements to finish it all off. Our driveway needs sort of like surfacing, but they had like a digger, JCB digger thing, scraping all the mud off the drive, and the noise was awful. It was almost like, you know, fingernails down a blackboard. Anyway, so that's as much as I've done on the pin drum, which is not a great deal. I think maybe I've done that tree since the last time I showed you. I've done that tree, but that was a while ago. So this has been sadly neglected, really. But it's it's very pretty. I love the colours. But I mean, pink and green, you can't fail. It's beautiful. With a sort of a splash of red. I think that is, I don't know why I'm trying to guess, but it's a lovely red. Lovely. So I'm not too bothered about that now. I was stitching along with Natalie from Sewing Room Secrets, and I did warn her I wouldn't be able to keep up. I did warn her, but it's nice to know someone else is stitching on the same thing that you are, but she's way ahead and her work is exquisite. So these are the Weeks Dye Works colours, and there are a few DMCs. Lovely. And the called for linen. Now I can't see, that's because I've been doing this for so long. Yes, this is 36 count Desert Taipan, which is a gorgeous by Weeks Dye Works. No, it's not. No, it's not. The threads of fox. The threads are Weeks Dye Works. The linen is Fox and Rabbit, and it is 36 count Desert Taipan. Again, I've lost the. Did I not? Sometimes I put it on there. Now I've got on here that it's Shreki's Tan. Needle Bling Designs Shreki's Tan. It's blurring a bit. So I don't know. See, I've been doing this for so long, I don't know. But the call for linen was Desert Taipan. Now I really thought that was Desert Taipan, but maybe it's not, because I don't know why I would put that on the floss thing if it wasn't. It's one or the other. And it's in a bag I made myself. I think I've shown you this before. This is Macawa fabric. It's just a couple of fat quarters I had, and then I've lined it with the polka dot, and in there. See this interfacing that I've used on this isn't as stiff, and I've managed. I can close the zip on this one. So yeah, so that's yes, you see, look, I can close the zip. That's the cross stitch. The other thing I decided to make was a excuse me, a quilt for my little granddaughter. We bought her for Christmas one of those wigwam style tents, teepees, that she has in her bedroom, and I thought it would be nice to make a quilt for the bottom of the teepee. And I just bought a little bundle of, I saw a bundle of, they were fat eighths actually, not fat quarters, in our local, there's a shop in Market Harborough called the Leicestershire Craft Centre. It's not a shop, technically, it is, there is a haberdashery bit that you can walk in and buy things, but essentially a lot of the space is taken up with tables and sewing machines, cutting tables and things, because it's ostensibly for workshops. And so they have all the independent patterns there, and oh, I can't remember what they're called now. It's like closet and Tilly and the Buttons. I saw Tilly and the Buttons, and I saw another one, but I can't remember the name of it now. It's Danish, and there was a couple of others, but they're closets. Anyway, and I've just put this together myself. There's no pattern. It's all a bit random. So I'll show you the fabrics. Now some of my are less than perfect, but these are all Andover fabrics, and it's called Little Ones. So it's ducks and rabbits, and this is lovely. This one here is the same as this border I've put round, which is like that. It's really sweet. I've tried to fussy cut it so we could get as many of the little characters on as possible. So what I've done is that's it there. There are a couple of squares together, which I couldn't really do. If I moved things around, I got another 2 squares together. So I've just run with it. I think it's there. Is that? Are they both the same? No. I can't remember which one it is now. I think it's one of those that are 2 together. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So it's not a very big one. The floor of the tent is 45 inches by 45 inches, so it's not massive, but I thought I might do another wider board. Have this as this is 2.5 inches wide. No, it's not. It's a bit wider than that. Anyway, whatever. And I thought I've got this fabric which is within the quilt. I can show you the border one better, because it's really lovely. This is really cute, very sweet. And so that's the border, and then I thought I might do a wider border with this, and then this gingham as the binding. But then I thought perhaps they go together nicely, but maybe it's too much of this. This I bought to back it with, but I thought I've got too much material here, and I thought, what do you think that's going to look a bit? If I can do it with this, can't I? We've got that, then we've got that. Do it like that, and then that. Now I wonder if that's too much, so just do it like that. I don't know, I'll have to fiddle about with it. But again, this is it says it's Macawa on there. Little ones ducks. but I'm sure it's on the other one. It said Andover fabrics, unless I'm getting these mixed up. But it's definitely, they're all definitely called the little ones, and that is. It says Macawa there. Now I thought, got anything on this one? I don't know. It hasn't got a selvage on this one with it on. But I thought that was Andover fabrics, little ones. Well, it's either Macawa or Andover. Got a frog in my throat. So that's my granddaughter's quilt. I'm just waiting for some wadding. I didn't have enough, so I'm going to. I've ordered some, and it hasn't come yet. So once that arrives, then I can crack on with that, and then probably just take a photograph of it and show you, because I'll you know, she's been waiting for this. So that's the trouble. I tell people what I told her what I was going to do, and have you finished it, Grandma? No. But I'm working on it. I'm getting there. So the other thing I've sewn, you can see on the mannequin, is just an Ellis Hattie dress, Merchant and Mills pattern and Merchant and Mills fabric. It's on the mannequin because I'm leveling the hem, and I'll sew it, and then I'll hem it once it's all leveled. So what's left, I would have been doing. I've made another Luna. Luna Lapam. She's sitting over there, but I mean, I've shown loads of those, but I thought I'd make one for myself. But she hasn't got any clothes yet. There was that. And if I can, I will put a photograph in here somewhere of a doll I made, my little granddaughter, Lottie Darling, and it was from Acufactum. It was a panel, and you got all the pieces to make the doll, and then you got a couple of outfits too to make. Well, I've made that, and I've given it to her, but I did take a photograph of it midway making it to put on Instagram, and then Instagram has become so complicated. It just wouldn't let me upload the picture, and I wanted to put 2 pictures on, and it wouldn't let me do 2 pictures. It only let me do the one, and I was picking the one I didn't like particularly. I wanted that one to be the second one. It's not that I didn't like it, I wanted it to be the second one rather than, and I gave up in the end. And yeah, a lot of people are saying Instagram's different, for want of a better word, these days. So embroidery. Now I'm an enthusiastic beginner with embroidery, and I think I've shown you this one before. It's the summer bouquet. I've lost all the bits now. I've had it that long. That's what it should look like. I haven't finished it because I have no idea how to do those. I need to research. They're sort of like little star-shaped flowers, but I'll show you what I've done. So far, I've done that, and I've noticed I've missed a couple of. You do the open fly stitch there, and I think I've got a couple of bits I've missed there. I think I've got to go back over it, but that's that one. It's summer bouquet, I think it's called, and yes, that's what it looks like. And these are the threads. They're all DMC threads, I believe. I mean, you get loads of threads to do it. There's always loads left over. I did a little festive posy, and I've got loads of threads left over. So there's all these gorgeous greens and pinks. Lovely. So I've done that embroidery, and once I've finished it, I'm going to make these little bowl fillers. I need a bowl. But that's another story. And the other and I have literally only just started it, is this one. I've subscribed to Time for Tea, and this is the first one, and that is gorgeous. So that's it there, and this is my pitiful effort. I've started doing the chamomile, the middle of the chamomile. So I mean, I've done it and taken it out again because I didn't like the look of it. I'm not doing it. I think, oh, I'm not doing it right. See these? But what you have to do is then go over it again because it's padded. So that's the. So we'll see. It comes in this gorgeous packet. Beautiful. And this is number 1, and this is called Time for Tea for a Good Night's Sleep. And you get the idea is you make a postcard of it. And there's some reinforcement if you need it, but you stick it on the postcard. It's gorgeous, almost like handmade paper. It's lovely. And then put it in like a tea caddy or something. Now I haven't got a tea caddy. I'm sort of looking out for one, but and these are the threads. But for now we got for Christmas from the children we got a hamper. Oh, it's the DHL man. And I think my husband's in the back garden. I might have to go. These are the threads. Again, oh, beautiful soft colours, DMC threads. I've written on the numbers. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm hoping this is my order from Marks and Spencer's. So that's the Time for Tea. Number 2's arrived, and I believe number 3's on its way. Excuse me.
Yeah. Thank you.
That boots. That boots. No, Boots the chemist. Lovely. Yeah. It's my mascara, hopefully. Yeah. Well, it wasn't Marks and Spencer's, but it was the other one I was waiting for. Boots the chemist. Oh. Right. So, yeah, as I was saying, number 3 is on its way. Edit that bit out, I think. And you get little you can stick on the for a good night's sleep, chamomile, echinacea and lavender. And you can put them on the front of the embroidery if you want. That's lovely. So, and that's my embroidery. So, do you know, I think that's it. I think that's it. Just a little catch-up, really. Yeah, I'm sure I've forgotten something. I can't think. So anyway, that's my stitching. A progress report. Could do better. So hopefully I'll have got something finished. I know with cross stitch it's a finish and then a fully finish when you've actually done something with it, put it in a frame. So I'll have to decide what I want to do with my cross stitches. Yeah, I think that's it. Can't think of anything else. So hopefully I'll be back in a couple of weeks with some more progress or something finished. Never know. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing and leaving lovely comments. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.